Good morning to those of you in America, and afternoon to South Africa and England and Ireland and Australia. I hope you're still sleeping. Today's live is the day 13. I can't believe we've been doing it for 13 days. And I am continuing with all the things that I'm making for people for Christmas. So I cut these pants off for my sister, and I've got these left over where you can have drawstrings at the top, at the bottom it has drawstrings like this. So a friend of mine who likes to, that her and her son plays rummy cup, and I want to make like a drawstring bag for their rummy cup thingies. And then I did one of the hot bags for my mom, and today I need to do the second one, and it's quite rustic. I didn't want it to be exact because I wanted to be a thing of reusing fabrics and things. Good morning, Denise. Things that I had. So this was a piece of fabric that I used for something else, and I'm just reusing it. And the first step, I'm going to put you like this so you can see there. The first step is, because we've got the loose wool in between, I actually washed this beforehand. I am just going to use big tacking stitches and sew it right around. Okay. Thank you, Becky. I was contemplating for today. Ow. My needle just attacked me. I was contemplating for today to take my spinning wheel and some yarn and go and sit under the tree and do some spinning today. But it is so windy outside that it's not going to be fun at all, and the wool will be flying everywhere. So I thought we'll just stay inside and do some sewing in here. What are you guys working on today? I think while I'm working here, I'm just contemplating going to fetch my ball to sit on that. But I'm actually too lazy. It's in the room next door. Yeah, I really can't believe we are on day 13 already. And I don't know about you, but this has really made me sew where usually I will think about sewing. Now I'm not just sewing, I'm actually not just thinking about it, I'm actually doing it, which I love. I didn't think I would get to this point again. A tissue holder and a rope basket today. And to just bake some chocolate brownies. Oh, Becky, I'm so glad I'm not there, because I would have wanted to eat your chocolate brownies. I love chocolate brownies. Oh, my favorite thing in the world, of course, is cheesecake, but chocolate brownies is also up there. And then I didn't know you get them, but I've actually had some when I was in England and then in America again. My friend in America, Elizabeth, she makes the most amazing chocolate chip cookies that's crunchy on the outside and gooey on the inside, and I'm still dreaming about it. So when I dream about sweet things, it's either chocolate chip cookies or cheesecake or brownies. I love those things. What's your favorite desserts? Oh, Denise, you know what? You deserve to be slow some days. That's the thing. You know, we live in such a fast-paced world, and I know that, like, I remember when we would visit my aunt on the farm, and she used to do like preserves and all the things. Cherry pie. Oh, actually, if it comes to fruit, I sometimes think fruit is more of a dessert than the dessert itself. Mangoes. Oh my goodness. I am a mango fanatic. It's mango season coming up now. That and cling peaches. It's like a yellow peach that clings to the pip. I didn't find many of them in America. But cherries. Cherries is extremely, it's now cherry season, but they are so expensive. But I found a place that's a farm that you can buy it from. And I've been contemplating just getting a big box, a 2.5 kilogram box. And I think it works out at 100 and something a kilo per kilo, which is not a bad price for cherries. And I'm really considering that before cherry season is over, because we don't have a lot of places where cherries thrive in South Africa because it's too hot. So there's this one place called Vicksburg, and it's like kind of in the mountains close to Lesotho, and it is that they grow a lot of cherries there, and they have a cherry festival once a year. I think I need to make a plan next year and go, because it's about 6 hours from here. I think it's worth going. What type of fruits do you like? Cherry pie. My mouth is watering now. I don't need any cherry pie. We just had supper. My sister made supper. And a while ago, I got to the shop and they had these thick steaks like this. I think it was a T-bone steak. And so she took it tonight and she butterflied it. And then she just put salt and pepper and a bit of garlic. And then on top, so she put it in the grill, and then she put some apples, grapes, and oranges. Oh, yummy! But anyway, back to the steak. She put some egg on it. Red. My sister also loves red raspberries. My sister in England. She put some egg on it and some cheese, white cheddar. Oh, it was divine. So if I look at all these things, and I think the only thing I would be willing to eat at this stage is a cherry or two. But for the rest, I'm too stuffed. Red raspberries. So when I was with my sister in England, that she had allotment at that stage. She gave it up in the meantime because she just didn't get to it. She's quite busy in general. So she struggled to get around to it. But there was a whole grove of raspberries. Oh, you would walk through this grove and you would have to sort it out. But then as I was cleaning and taking out all the weeds and stuff, you ate raspberries to your heart's content. So raspberries doesn't grow. I know there are places in South Africa that grow them, but it's not something you would just plant in your garden. It's just too hot. We don't have cold enough winters for that. I forgot to drink water today. So today, on once a week, I go and I fetch paperwork for my sister. And then I literally go all over Cape Town. So I started, if you look at the map of Cape Town like this, I'm in the middle, like here. So I started here, went down to the sea, went up to there, went up to, where is that? There, and then to there, and then I had to come all the way back. And it takes me basically a whole day. But by the end of a day like that, because today it was quite hectic with traffic and just hooligans. Oh my goodness, we have some hooligans on our roads, especially in the areas where I was. Some of the areas aren't that great. And I get home and I'm so tired just from concentrating. And you have to be so alert the whole time because you have people knocking on your window and running in front of you, and yeah. So I'm sitting here and my brain is actually not working that well. So I thought, let me do something where I can just be. And doing this by hand, I can just be. So don't expect too much from me today. I'm a bit of a dud at the moment. A good dud. Happy dud, but a dud nonetheless. And it's hot. And the wind's blowing, and I can think of a lot of other excuses why I'm a dud. But it could also just be because it's one of those days, and I'm also paying the price for eating a chocolate. Oh, I love chocolates, but oh my goodness, I pay the price for them. My joints are going to complain tonight, and my head gets fuzzy. I'm okay with dark chocolate, but white chocolate, it's not the best. Not white chocolate, milk chocolate, sorry. When I was little, I always thought of milk chocolate as the white chocolate because it's milk, you know? And I would say, I want milk chocolate. And then I get really upset because why did they get me white chocolate? Everybody knows I don't like white chocolate. I would literally say I want white chocolate instead of saying I want milk chocolate. Okay, so Becky, you're saying you're excited for Friday. Now it's you and your younger sister Rhonda are going to see Rental Family at the cinemas. Oh, that sounds nice. And then Debbie, you said it's raining in Arizona. Like you said, sometimes you need a slow day. Oh, I love rain days. I really miss them. So Cape Town gets a little bit of rain sometimes in summer, but we are a winter rain season. So I can feel how I'm drying out. And then you said, Becky, so it will be the oldest and the youngest going to see a movie. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Now, because she's the youngest, you will have to get her some ice cream, you know, because that's what you do with your younger siblings. You feed them ice cream when your parents are not looking. And that gives you an excuse to get ice cream as well. My brother is the youngest in our family, and it used to be so funny. Like, oh, you can have this, but then my mom already said no. I haven't heard of that movie. I must actually look it up. Let's see. We don't have a lot of movie theaters left over here, but there is a few. And today I had to send a parcel. So I was on my way to the coast to fetch some paperwork, and there's a big mall there. So I stopped there quickly because we have it's called Pep. So it's like almost like dollar store, but it's a bit more upmarket type of thing. So anyway, I went to Pep to send this parcel, and she's 45. Cool. I think she might still like, she might still like the ice cream. Don't ever think the child might have grown up. If it gets to ice cream, on Friday, my sister and I, after Friday, Saturday, so we went to that braai, and we came back and we were sitting on the couch, and I'm like, she said, I want something, and I said, yeah, me too. And so she's like, I think I want ice cream. So I got her some ice cream, and it was the best. So what I love doing is to get vanilla ice cream and then just put a good quality cocoa in it, because the chocolate ice cream doesn't taste like chocolate. But if you put a good quality cocoa in your ice cream and you mix it well, ooh, that's good. If you like chocolate, you will like that. So I'm just sewing it by hand right around, and I'm not pulling it too tight. I think the bias binding will do the tight thing. It's just to keep everything together so it doesn't move around when I'm sewing. And I just do overhand stitches. And like I said before, I am using some wool that, when you have raw fleece, there's some short, so when they shear the sheep, they go like this sometimes, which you're not supposed to. If you're a good shearer, that's not what you do. You go straight like, and that's it. But they double shear. And then there's like short fibers in between. And one of my fleeces that I'm working with at the moment, it's got those short fibers. So I put them in a bag, and then also when I clean the yarn, the wool, because it's really dirty. I mean, the sheep is in the veld the whole year, and then they get sheared. So I don't wash it beforehand because I want the lanolin that's in the yarn. It's like a oily substance. I don't know if you've ever felt real wool. It's oily before it's washed, and I like that to stay in the wool because then it grabs better when I spin it. But also, it's very good for my hands. My hands get soft as a baby's butt if I spin with that wool. So I prefer not to wash it for that reason. But then when I'm done, all the pieces that's too short or that I had to break out because of whatever grass or blackjacks that's in it, that I throw in a bag. And then I use that for batting, like for this type of thing, because it doesn't shrink. You know, we have the synthetic batting. If you use it as a pot holder, it actually goes completely hard, and then your pot holder gets really hard. So this way it keeps its shape. This one is actually really nice. And I made it big enough so that my mom, if she needs to, so she can fold it double when she takes something out. So then another thing that also works really well is I've got some of the dirty yarn here. So this is how it looks like when it comes off the sheep, and it's almost sticky. So what I'm going to do is I actually want to get more of the dirty one. This one is not dirty. You can also see the difference in them. I must actually take this and put it in there. So I like to make my pin cushions with this. So that oil is very good for the needles and pins so they don't rust. So I would take like steel wool and then literally take a long needle and like put this in between the steel wool. And I would put a lot, and then I will use that as the filling for my pin cushion. And then I will make a pin cushion and just sew it close. I put this in and sew it close. I'm actually going to make one and show you guys. Because the steel wool sharpens your needles and pins, and then this prevents the steel wool from rusting, but also your needles and pins from rust. Just all the dust. Or also your needles and pins from rusting, and it actually works really well. This is a nice piece of cloth. I need to take it out because I want to use it for something. Okay, let's keep going. I am talking too much today. And then what I do is, can't wait to see how you do your pin cushion. That is Debbie. Oh yes, Debbie, I'll do it. Maybe I just need to prepare a bit more wool. And I do have some steel wool. I'm going to see if I can do it tomorrow and show you guys. Okay, I'm just fluffing it out a little bit. And this is now going in all the spots where it's a bit thin. Like in the corners and over there. I don't want my mom to burn her hands because the batting or the filling is not enough. But you also don't want to put too much, because if it's too thick, then you struggle to maneuver it. Oh, there it is. I almost put my hand into my pin again, my needle again. Did I do this already? Oh, I did. Okay. Get another piece of thread. There we go. So now I say it every time. If you wet your needle and your cotton, cut your cotton straight. Mine is not straight. It's bent. Wet your needle and the cotton. It forms like a magnetic field and it just pushes through. And that works also very well for your sewing machine. What's going on here? Oh, here you can see this is what double shading looks like. So it's like small little fibers. And you can spin that, but then it gets really lumpy. Does any of you spin? I really think I need to do one day where I just sit and spin. So you can realize, so you can experience the beauty of that spinning sound. Oh, I love it. We can go and sit outside under the grapevine. That could be fun, but it's just, you can see it from the street. Nope, we won't sit there. We have a magic tree in the garden. and I want to put stuff in it like light catchers and stuff like that. There is some from the old owner. There is some. It's like a bird feeder, but my sister is not really into that type of thing. So she likes things plain and simple. I like things, too many things actually. So I might not get away with putting things in that tree, but it's a beautiful tree, and I do like sit. It kind of you can kind of sit under it. Hi, are you back from the doctor, Diane? I hope everything went well. I am working on a pot holder, so this is the one I finished already. And like I said before, I don't want it to be perfect because it is scraps that I'm using up. And I am doing it with the wool from my spinning, and I'm just sewing it together right around. How's the weather over there? We, like I said before, have wind and it's quite hot. Just a checkup. Endocrinologist checked up. Your sugar is good. I'm so happy to hear that, Diane. Now I want to finish my mom's pot holders. Thank you. Cold and rainy over there. Oh, send me some. I'll send you some heat and you can send me some of the rain. I was saying earlier, I love rain, but in Cape Town, our rainy season is in winter and spring, I think. So summer, there's not much rain. And I kind of I do miss it. You want to go in there? Come on, go in. I think 50 is about, if I remember right, it's about 16 degrees Celsius. So you say, Diane says she can put up with heat better than cold. And it's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Not sure what it equates to in Celsius. Yeah, I'm the other way around. I go better with cold than heat. I get really miserable when it's too hot. Because also, we don't really have air. We have aircon, but it's so expensive. So there's no way I can run it. So it's just, yeah, use a fan to go for a cold shower. Or a cold plunge also works. But then sometimes the wind is icy. So it depends. Celsius. I didn't even see that it was not spelled correctly. side, then I can put the binding around it. I'd be really chuffed. Now, first one is sew the inside. I first do the cross top stitching. I don't know if you can see the top stitching there. So I just made like little blocks like down and then like this. And then I do the binding, the end. What are you guys watching on television at the moment? We are watching CSI. Which one are we watching? Actually watching a few of those, like from different places. The Australian one we are busy with at the moment. I love that one. And then we also are watching SUV. I think everybody watches that. And some Chicago Fire. Love that. And I love The Pit. I don't know if you guys are watching The Pit. It's quite intense. It's literally 24 hours, the whole series. So every episode is an hour. It's such a cool concept because, you know, usually they rush through things and then there's a nice end of the day and then the next episode everything comes together again. Where with this, it's literally just an hour in the day of people working in the emergency rooms. And that guy from, what was that old hospital series? Chicago, no, was it Chicago? Oh, something. ER, I think it was called ER. It was a little bit before my time. And I don't think we got it in South Africa because I think when it started, we didn't really have cable over here. But oh my goodness, it is so good. Did you watch it in 3 days? Me too. I took a Sunday afternoon and I watched it. It was so good. No, it's really good. And it's so realistic, you know, because a friend of mine, she used to be a doctor. She's now raising her kids. And she just said the stress that they are under and how fast they have to do things, it's scary. You know, I sometimes look at those things. I did volunteer work at basically a council center, and I mean I got different things, but a lot of people could call in, and then I would counsel them, and it was really such a privilege to work there. But sometimes I would get to a place where I actually had secondary trauma from what I just experienced with the people I talked to. I did some one-on-ones because it was also a walk-in center, and it just, yeah, I don't know how people, if they are in that type of situation every day. I did it twice a week for 2 hours, and there were some cases that just got to me. But people that does this every day and have that level of basically trauma that's thrown at them, it's scary. Okay, let's do this. And I'm just going to do all my, no, what do you call this? Pad stitch. Is it called pad stitching? Those of you who does quilting. Oh, is it called quilting? I think it's called quilting. Okay, I've answered my own question. Okay, Das, I sometimes do that. So quilting, when you sew pieces together one after the other without cutting between them, it's called chain piecing. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, I sometimes do that actually. And I see a lot of quilts are made like this. The beauty of YouTube. There. Am I doing quilting at the moment? Okay. So there's this one movie that Fiona Ryder played in. It's long ago. I think it was like 99 or maybe 2000s, early 2000s. And it's called How to Make an American Quilt. And it's basically a love story and the story of this girl finding herself again. But there's this one scene where she sits under the quilt while the quilting circle, all the ladies are quilting when she was little and the memories she had around that. And then she goes back, I think it's her aunt or her grandfather she goes back to. I must actually see if I can find that movie again. I really, my bottom cotton is finished. No. And it was just such a beautiful movie. And that got me to a place where I wanted to quilt. Now, you know what? I think it was. Did you also love that? Yes. I was really going to find it again. I think I was living in Israel at the time. So that was 2000, no, 93 or 5. American patchwork, yeah. Oh, it was stunning. So that was the thing that inspired my boyfriend and I to make, because we watched it together, and to make the quilt for his brother when he got married. Definitely need to go and find that movie again. They don't make movies like that anymore. I mean, there was literally, there was that nostalgia with the movies from that time. That one, Runaway Bride, I watched that the other day, and with Julia Roberts and what's that sexy guy that's so short, with the grey hair. What's his name? I can't remember. But anyway, that movie I watched the other day, and oh my goodness. You know that last scene where she's making her lamps in New York and walks past and you see this lamp? United States 95, that sounds right. Richard Gere, thank you, Becky. So, that movie also, it is just this, just such a, you don't find that anymore. The movies today is, yeah, I don't know. They just don't have that. There was a something. There we go. Next step is the bias bindings right around. I did cut them beforehand. Is that no? Okay, so is it like, okay, I must really go and have a look at that. That sounds nice. Rental family. I will go and have a look. So if you go to the movies, are you a popcorn person? Or do you like to just have something to drink? Or do you want everything? I used to be a popcorn person. Going to the movies meant popcorn. But I now just like something to drink. Oh, yes! Oh, I love those two as well. Oh, calendar goals. Oh, wow, that was so cool. So, random fact. I was a calendar goal in my village. I'm going to show you. Actually, no, I can't show you. Looks like that feel good type of movie. Debbie, calendar goals. You don't buy any food there as they charge too much. I totally agree. Popcorn, Debbie, Becky. That's the trailer for Intel Family. And then that Anne, when I take the grandsons, they want popcorn and bottled water. By the time I buy tickets and the stuff, I spend a lot. Oh yes. Okay. Cool. I'll definitely go and look up the trailer. I can't find my calendar for my calendar girls days. I have a friend who's a photographer, and I can't remember what we did it for. And so she did one in my sewing studio with me behind my old sewing machine, and you can't really see anything because she did it really well. And I was allowed to keep my pants on, which was nice. So anyway, but it was so cool. And then she had an exhibition and everybody came and so on. It was really so fun. But yeah, I was a calendar girl. And my sewing machine hit my boobs. I came across my calendar the other day. So which camps are you guys in? Self-made bias binding or board bias binding? And do you find it easy or difficult to make your bias binding? Yeah, I will. I will share it. I'll actually go and have a look and show you guys tomorrow if I can find it. Okay, my bias binding is ready. Luckily, this fabric you can just do it, press it with your fingers. Okay, let's put some binding around this thing. I'm really slow today. Okay, you also make, Diane also makes, is it Diane? Yes, Diane also makes her own bias binding. I think do it like this. And then Debbie, you also make your own bias binding. So Debbie, when you do the straps, these ones won't work. I'm just going to show you with this. So if it's like that, so here's your two pieces, okay, then I will have to do it like this to show you. When you let it stick, so if your seam allowance is going to be say 1/2 centimeter, then you let it stick past so that when you put your foot down it you can sew right there like 1/2 centimeter, and then you just sew right through. And you stop in that corner and you start in that corner where the two meets. So then it looks like that, and if you open it, or when you open it, it will be sticking over like this, and then you just cut the excess off like that, and there's your bias binding sewn together. I forgot to do the cross stitching. Now I can do it. It is easy, Debbie. I'm sorry. But I'm not stitching straight. So Debbie, you make it look so easy. I know it is, but I mess it up half the time. Blame it on my lack of spatial ability. That's possible. You know, Debbie, what also can work is if you use like a glue stick and just stick them together and then sew them, because then they won't move and you can actually lift them up and move them until you're happy with them meeting up properly. And maybe draw a line. That sometimes works for me if I draw a line. But with these, I'm just going for it. It's freehand, this one. Okay. First up is my little loop to hang it on. Michelle, welcome. Oops, doesn't matter if you're late, you can always catch up later. And like I said before, there's no pressure. It's just fun to see all of you. Okay, this bobbin is also empty. I might just have to leave my laziness and wind a bobbin. Oh, what are you cooking, Michelle? You're cooking for, no, Thanksgiving is next weekend, isn't it? There. I do have some brown here. Nope. I want it to look right. Don't be lazy. Do it properly. Yes. Am I the only one who hates winding bobbins, or is it a universal dislike? I do a lot of navy things. For that reason, I'm just going to wind the full bobbin, because I know I will always use it later in something else. Scones and cheese and crackers with sour. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I love sourdough crackers. I don't make them often enough, but oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, Becky, you say you also hate running out over not making them up. Yeah. And then Anne, you don't mind doing bobbins. You usually do a couple before starting a quilt, otherwise just one. Okay. Yeah, if I do a project, then it's a different story. I would just wind up 3 or 4 and then I know I'm ready for it. But if it comes to like this type of thing, I'm terrible. So Becky, you say when you did the project dressable dresses, you would make up 2 or 3 bobbins at a time. Now that makes sense, because you were sewing a lot of them at that stage. Okay, so Becky, because you were doing them up by color, so you could use the same thread for multiple dresses. Yeah, that makes sense. It helps a lot if you sew the same colors at a time. I also, when I have a lot of things to do and I know I'm going to work in the same color on different things. Like now with the work I'm doing at the moment, I also just put up and keep going on the overlocker and the normal sewing. Just works so much better. So tomorrow I don't have to go anywhere. I will be working in the morning a little bit, but I think I want to get up early and just sit down and get some stuff done, because I've just been doing the small things, but I need to finish my pants and my jacket. I want to finish them for this weekend's meeting or conference, and then I will still see you guys tomorrow afternoon, but maybe I will sit there and do all the handwork on all the projects that I've finished. Look at me being all efficient and saying I'm going to finish all the projects. Let's see how far I get. But that would be nice if I can do that, just to get ahead. Because these, I mean, we aren't, like I said before, we're on day 13, and I feel like I haven't done much yet. I haven't done a video on my normal videos for a while now. I think it's like 2 weeks. So maybe I will sit tomorrow also and just do a video with what I finished, like a show and tell type of video. I think I need to do that, because not everybody likes to watch lives. So maybe I should cater for those type of people as well. I'm not doing perfectly mated corners or anything. It's going to be sturdy and not going anywhere, but it's not going to go to the local show or anything and be judged. Because if that was the case, then I would come last. Luckily, with this fabric being so black and white and all over the show, you can't really, you can see if you go close up, but from afar you can't really see when it's not perfect. And I'm okay with that. This side done. Last little bit. Okay. That corner is smaller than the other corners. There you go. There's another one done. What did I miss? Michelle, can I ask, how do you all store your PDF patterns? Do you hang them or put them in project bags? I'm trying to hang them, as I don't like it all folded, so it's not easy when I hang them. I'm going to show you what I do with mine. This is, I don't have a lot of PDF patterns, but my normal self-drafted ones. So I have these hangers like this, and I can move, and I do fold my patterns a little bit, but not as much as I would have folded them if I were just if I would put them in a sleeve or something. So, and then I just hang them up in a corner. Okay, it's done. I'm very happy. There's 2 pot holders for my mom. And like I said, they're not perfect, but you know, how when you're little and you bring something to your mom and she's like, oh, it's beautiful, but you look at it later and you think, oh my goodness. Well, I hope my mom will say the same with this. And even if she doesn't say it's beautiful, she's going to say, thank you, Diane. I also love them. I think I need to make us some as well. But I just need to prepare some wool. Okay. You're welcome, Michelle. I hope that helps. So did you, Becky, you said you were busy. I don't remember what you were busy with. Let me go and check. Okay, so that Becky, you were working on make a tissue holder and a row basket. Have you started on any of those? And then Diane, you were just having coffee at that moment. And no, yeah, that was Diane Evans, and then Diane Montavan. You came back from the doctor, so it doesn't look like you did anything today. What were you doing? You were making cookies. No, Becky was making cookies. How was those cookies, Becky? And it looks like that's everybody. And then there's Debbie. Bob. Oh, we were talking about what we like. Okay. So I hope you all got to the things that you wanted to make and that you were productive. I was very productive. I'm happy. I've got another thing to tick off my list. Love these pot holders. I wish I had more fabric, that I would have made myself out of this fabric as well, because I think it's really pretty. They're not, they're a bit wonky, like you can see, but I love that. Good for you, Diane. Hopefully we'll get some stuff cut out tonight for tomorrow. Yeah, so sometimes you can just watch. You don't always have to sit here and sew, because that's part of the fun. It's that fun of just being. I'm really trying to embrace that part of my life also. Struggling. But yes, and being without my phone, I'm working on that one. Okay, guys, I will see. It's the thought that counts. Yes, Michelle, it's the thought that counts. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and yes, not so much today. Debbie, that's okay. Sometimes it's nice just to be. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching and visiting with me. Bye.